If you want to understand your life, don't look at your goals. Look at your habits. Because your habits are perfectly designed to give you the life you currently have, not the life that you want. The life you're living right now, this is what your habits are going to give you. If you do not change your habits, we're going to talk about it. Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody listening, watching, and sharing the show. And if you got any value out of this, please share it, like it, and it's also on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever else you're listening to podcasts. But I do have the video version and the audio version on YouTube. So let's talk about it. So your habits are designed for the life that you have, not the life that you want. And to basically get the life that you want, you got to change your habits. James Clear is a really good author that wrote Atomic Habits, and I really highly suggest that you either listen to it or you read it. It will change your life. It will change how you see habits, how you replace habits, all sorts of different things. I learned so much from that book, and I've listened to it twice so far. But the truth about habits, people focus on the goals. I want to lose weight. I want to make more money. I want to be more disciplined. But goals don't determine the outcomes. Only the habits do. And if you don't change your mindset around money, you're always going to be broke. Or if you don't change your mindset around losing weight and eating food, you're always going to be fat. Or you're going to be malnourished or something like that. There's both sides of either of it. But if you change your mind on discipline, it's going to help you be a more disciplined person. But if you take away, if I change my mind on being less disciplined, I'm going to have a worse life probably. So it works on both sides of the spectrum there. So you don't rise to your goals, you follow your habits. Your daily actions are creating your reality, whether you realize it or not. So why do people feel stuck when they get to this point in life where I felt stuck in 2005 to 2012, maybe a little bit sooner than that to 2013. And even when I had the gym, I still felt like I was stuck and didn't know where I needed to be. But their habits don't match their goals. Their routines don't support their future. Their daily decisions contradict their intentions. And I was getting caught up in, the morning routines, the Hal Elwood, Hal, I forget his last name, but anyways, the morning routine. It was big back in like 2013, 2014, and people were coming up with these morning routines. And it started out, wake up, wash your face, journal for 20 minutes or 10 minutes, however long you want to do it. Then you go into the kitchen and make your breakfast, and then study the word a little bit. And these morning routines became like an hour long, and you're like, there's no way, because I was getting up to go to the gym at 4:30. I was like, I'm not getting up at 3:30 to do these morning habits. And that's when I realized that the morning habits that you have, as long as you're not just sitting there waking up, scrolling on TikTok or scrolling on Instagram, that was the habit that they were trying to break. But it was to get you to do something else. But if you wake up, brush your teeth, run out the door, that's probably your habit. But if you're waking up at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and that's your routine, you probably need to wake up a little bit earlier and get some of the other stuff done. So they want you to think, they want one thing, but repeatability does another. So essentially, like when those people feel stuck and the daily decisions contradict their intentions, like the people that do that kind of thing, they really talk about wanting something, but they really show you that they're doing something else. And so you don't have a motivation problem, you just have a pattern problem. And that pattern problem goes with your habits. So how do the habits quietly shape your life? Your habits decide your health, your income, your mindset, your relationships, your confidence. Not in one big moment, but in small, repeated actions. You don't notice habits daily, you feel them over time. And it's not like you just wake up one day, most of the time, and you have a new habit. It's just like those little things start to happen over and over and over, and next thing you know, you're doing it. The 21-day rule, 30-day rule. And, you wake up one day and you go work out. That's not a habit. You have to keep intentionally waking up. So your life isn't built in big decisions. It's built in small repetitions. And those small repetitions turn into big decisions later on. But you have to get started with those little tiny movements and those actions that you have to get through. So the disconnect between goals and habits is people say, I want to be in shape, but they skip the workouts. I want success, but I waste time. I want change, but repeat routines. This creates frustration because deep down you know your results are just self-created. Wanting something without building habits for it creates internal conflict. And the person that says, I want to be in shape but skips workouts, like that person just has excuses. And it's one of those that you either want it or you don't. I want success, but I waste the time. Do you want success? Do you want to drop everything in your life right now that you have to create the new habits that you need to do to become successful or to get in shape? Or do you just want to keep your old habits? Most people just want to keep their old habits and not put a hard line in the sand and says, I'm crossing over it. This is my new habit. This is what we're going to do. I'm working out every day. I don't care what gets in the way. I'm going to work out every day. It's higher on my priority list. Most people can't just change like that at all. So why people don't change their habits? Comfort, habits, the old habits just feel good. Feels nice and easy. I'm comfortable. I don't have to hurt. I'm good. The lack of awareness, they don't track what they actually do. They don't realize that they're scrolling on TikTok for 5 hours a day or they're watching Netflix for 7 hours a day. Emotional decision making, they act based on how they feel, not how what they actually need to do. There's no system around everything that they do. They rely on motivation instead of the structure. Your current habits aren't random, they're just reinforced. And it's okay. It's easy to break, hard to break, but easy to break. You got to come up with a plan and you got to stick to the plan and to make the habits work. So how to align habits with your life that you want. You define life clearly. Be specific about what you want. Write it down and tell the universe what you're looking for and what you want to do. So then you reverse engineer it. Ask, what would someone with that life do daily? Or, ask ChatGPT if you need to figure out what that person does daily. Read a book. There's so many different things out there that you can read. You don't have to have a giant morning routine. Just remember that. Start small and consistent. Don't overhaul it. Just build it. Like, don't start eating right. Like, go to the grocery store, eating right, working out. Stop drinking, stop smoking, stop doing drugs all in the same day. Like, it's just not going to work that way. That's not how those things work. You got to pick one, make it a habit, then add something else to it. Make that habit and go for it. You got to track your behavior. Awareness drives change. Then you got to remove the emotion from the execution. Do it whether you feel like it or not. And Rob Dial comes out with a good one. I just do it anyways. And I've had that mentality for quite a long time now, where you just do it. People ask, well, how do you get all that done? I don't know. I just do it. How do you wake up in the morning without an alarm? I just do it. So every habit is a vote for who you're becoming. So make sure you are voting for yourself and you're changing yourself. So one thing I hope everybody got out of this is that you have to change your habits to move further in life. So take an honest look at your day, not your goals, but your actions. Ask yourself, if I repeat this day for the next year, where will I end up? You don't need new goals. You need new habits. You need to get out there, take the action to have these new habits, and just go for it. Life is so much more fun when you know where you're going and you have the habits in place. And once you master those habits, you're going to have new habits. It's an ever-evolving discipline that you have to have. And I appreciate everybody watching and listening. And that's the pod. Have a great day.